Guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I'm here today to bring you a message for your rebel soul, my friends. So I will be using the Sacred Rebels Oracle by Alana Fairchild. It's wonderful. It's a wonderful oracle for anyone just sort of starting your spiritual journey. Just want to say that. Check it out if you'd like. But for all my new subscribers, thank you so much, for all my subscribers. But for everyone who's just new to the channel, thank you from the bottom of my heart. Hopefully these continue to resonate, and I really, really ask that you stay open to the messages. I hope you feel these in your soul. Know that this may not be for everyone. We're rebel souls. We all are individuals. So if it's for you, take what's for you. If it's not, go about your day, disregard it. Or, if I make you feel something, if I bring up emotions or thoughts or memories even, why were these memories here? What purpose do they serve to what are they bringing into my conscious awareness so I can move forward? So remember, again, it's general. No matter what the cards say, no matter what Spirit says, it's still up to you and your grassroots evolution on how you make the changes that you'd like to see in your life and get your fulfillment. Remember that. All right, guys. So if you are new at the end, please feel free to subscribe if it does resonate with you and join the journey with me. I'm going to take this moment to ask Archangel Michael to jump in to guide, guard, bless, and protect this reading, as well as any of you guys who would ask for it. And if you are asking your angels and guides into your life, just ask that they're here for your highest good and they're supporting your highest growth, as well as delivering messages in the highest form possible that you can understand. Stay open to the messages. So let's see what they have to say, because they're saying, shush, Sarah, it's time to just go into this, jump into this thing. So we're going to use first the Alana Fairchild Oracle. And take a minute if you want to clear your mind while I shuffle these, and you can kind of just, any thoughts and feelings that come to you, take a deep breath in and let it go out. Do this a few times. Connect with yourself. And we get the Sacred Fool and Inner Trust. So there, and then the bottom is Visions Beyond Death. Visions of life beyond death. And then beyond the mind, the heart beats. Top of the deck is Going Beyond Normal. I'm feeling like hopefully you connected to that, and whatever messages, before I get into this, whatever thoughts that were invoked even, and you just kind of getting ready for this, really pay attention to them and allow yourself to establish that inner trust with yourself. First and foremost, when we're meditating, when we're connecting with Spirit, or just even trying to move in whatever direction fits us best, it is so important to have inner trust and move and know that we are okay to jump. I'm hearing faithful in self. Take these actions, take those bold leaps, and try something new. Play the Sacred Fool in your life by making sure you keep things interesting and playful, not dull and boring. And trust yourself first and foremost on how to do this. For some of you, this honestly always looks like a vagina. But what is that? That's a birthing canal, right? That's something that life comes out of. Trust yourself on how to birth this life. What changes do you make? What places do you go? If you're drawn somewhere to go somewhere as well, do that. If there's a situation from your past that you're playing around with the thoughts of here, I'm hearing just with the marionette, you're thinking about it and thinking about how to do this. If there's failures from the past, or if there's situations from the past, they stay in the past, but we learn the lessons. So if we have some of these, remember, our hindsight is 20/20. Look back with 20/20 vision on some of these things, not as into if it's a relationship or whatever this is, like not as in so much as dwelling on what happened here, but more like, okay, this happened here in this relationship, in this part, rather than focusing on like, I want that back. Okay, if this is making sense, follow my train of thought. Focus on, in the past this didn't work, and I can see why it didn't work here and why it didn't work here, and only truly knowing from my perspective until we communicate with others, right, our own perspectives. But following our inner trust on, well, what did I do? What was my reaction? How can I make the changes so that that sort of situation shouldn't arise again in my life? And if it does, I should come at it a little bit step up each time. So for example, you know, if you know that you get a short fuse or something like this when you're short on time, and if you have a little bit of a blow up, or if you get anxiety when you're short on time and you have an anxiety attack, those kinds of things, in the mornings especially, right, we're really, really rushed in the mornings, or wherever it is, okay? These are examples, but pick your own. When we can see where our behavior maybe either made things worse or just our lack of time management, these kinds of things, rather than dwelling all day on, oh, I feel so bad that that happened, learn from it right away and implement the lessons right away. And honestly, that rest of the day, you've learned something, you've changed you, honestly, by coming to it with mindfulness and creating that intention, okay, that moving forward, this kind of thing will not happen as much. And what were the trigger points that led up to this kind of outburst, whatever this is, okay? And I feel like if you come to that with these situations, regardless of whether what this is, okay, if this is past failures in school, right, want endeavors on where to go, jobs, anything like that, this is saying, look at it from, okay, bring new life to this. In the past, this job didn't work out. I couldn't stay employed because of. Well, look at it, be like, you know what? I've learned so much since then. Learned about myself and what my needs are and where I need them to be met. How can I make sure and ensure that I'm working at my best potential and getting my needs met as well out into the world? And these are things that I feel like you're going to know, right? There's this sacred trust, and out into the birth canal, only we can truly implement some of these things. First off, getting our sleep and eating, right? Those kinds of things. But playing the sacred fool, I'm being asked to read you. And remember as well the number 21, okay? Beyond the mind, the heart beats, and listening for truth. Our hearts are important. So for some of this could be physical health, making sure that, you know, definitely making sure that you're listening. If your heart's telling you something, get to the doctor, you know, eat better, whatever that is. But if your heart's also telling you and pulling you in directions and giving you truth, remember that once we quiet down this mind, once we see things a little more clearly, our hearts know how to help us, so listen to what they have to say and those feelings as well. And if you have a conch, one of these big beautiful things, put it up to your ear, hold it over your hearts, do whatever you have to do. But even just listening to one of these things is so at peace, and it's connecting with the waters, right? It feels like could even be, I'm hearing Atlantis, mermaid stuff. If any of you guys have that kind of past life or genetic encoding, okay, if we have any of that, the shells may be really important for you, okay? As well as Cancer babies. I'm feeling like if you're a water sign as well, not just Cancer babies, but I always think Cancer because of crab shells. But if you are a water sign as well, or water in your chart, it may be really, really healing to get one of those conch shells just to listen and connect with, you know, your natural element and emotion. So remember that to quiet your mind, here there's this genetic DNA again. Your heart knows what it needs to tell you, and if you're pulled towards certain things or features or people, places, if books call to you, the whole thing is this, okay? This beyond the mind hurts beats, but wherever our life has taken us, as long as we have that hindsight is 20/20 and we trust in ourselves to go forward and we listen to our own inner truths and we connect with our own emotions, the bottom under there is there's receiving. Oh my gosh, guys, and she feels she knows. Once you can accept where yourself wholeheartedly and where you are in your growth, and growth pattern is what I'm hearing as well. For any of that makes sense. But it's again, this DNA, the pattern. I feel like encoded in our genetic makeup, encoded in our DNA, I think there's karma in there, and we're going up the spiral into ascension to work through some of that stuff. And it's about the portals that we can envision and open up once we do this cosmic kind of work. So for some of you, if you're receiving cosmic energy, if you're if it's coming down and through your crown, accept it with that wise crone. Accept it with that highest wisdom. And honor your inner truth. Take those movements forward that bring you peace and happiness. They open me up again to this, so there's a passage I'm right away. This oracle has a message for you. There is the way of the mind which can make mountains out of molehills, even if it thinks it is turning mountains into molehills. Then there is the way of the heart. It is subterranean and moves subtly beneath possible obstacles, intelligently shifting with exquisite sensitivity, sensing the way forward through dangerous pathways and responding to what it is before it even occurs in the physical world. However, with the heart's intelligence, we cannot see and know the same way that we do when we allow the mind to direct us. We have to be open to another way if we want to benefit from the innate intelligence of the heart. So, deep within you, know what to do. Deep within, you know what to do, and you know what is true. It matters not whether the mind and its plans seem to agree with your inner sense. Your willingness to trust your heart and to rebel against fear will serve you well. Let your heart lead you. Be sure of your faith and trust in what you feel. And make those leaps. Number 40. Spirit's ready for me to move on now. That's why I love this book. So I'm already down here being directed. They're directing me where to read it from. If you find yourself making choices that have others questioning your sanity, then you are on the right course. You may feel that you are quite possibly going insane, but you are not crazy. You are just approaching enlightened awareness. There is a moment, sometimes a rather long one, when we wake up to life, shed our attachment to mass opinion, and float in a completely different state of being. We might find that no one is really able to understand or connect with us, to the point that we question our state of mind. Stay with it. It will pass. You will eventually see that you are becoming sane in an insane world. The tables will turn, and you will gain great inner strength, freedom, and creative juice. Stay on your path. Stay on your journey. Remember to take nothing too seriously, and it will all work out perfectly. And the next is bringing it into form. Again, have that inner trust and faith in yourself. It will all work out perfectly, and you are going to receive what is there for you. Abundance comes to me. The messages that I have in my heart that are for me, you trust that inner knowing on what is for you. And trust yourself as well to know when to walk away when things are not for you. Okay? As if I get cut off, I apologize.